So it all boils down to this, folks. It all boils down to this. We enter the final stages of the Europa League. Who's going home? Who's going through? We'll take a little look next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We'll take a look at match number 6 and the Europa League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Europa League related, world football related, in a bloody house. That's right, of course. Yes, back at home, of course, after our travels, and of course, some latest round of picks. Who's going to go through to the knockout stages of the Europa League, and who's packing their bags to focus on domestic football? Well, we'll find that out in just a second. I want a big shout out to the Patreon gang working behind the bloody scenes. I do appreciate you guys' support, especially over the past few months. I do appreciate that. It does get me out of bed. Kickstarts today to know that you're behind me 100%. So I do appreciate that, guys. And I'm trying to get my numbers up to 25, even though we've kind of gone backwards a little bit. So maybe trying to get my numbers up to 20 is probably the best aim at the moment. So if you are interested to become the latest member of the Broverhood, check out the link down below, patreon.com/overseas. There are going to be some new perks and privileges heading into 2021, or restarting some of my privileges. For example, the Discord's going to be fired up. There's going to be, what else was there? There's something else. Of course, you get access to the Prediction League data. Of course, there's mods. There's going to be some mods for the live streams, which will be back, of course, in 2021. Maybe even later on in 2020, of course, as we head to the Christmas period. But anyway, enough about that. If you are interested, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Rosies. But let's get into it, of course. Take a look at how we all ran in last match, in match day number 5 out in the Europa League, of course. I think I did all right, actually, on this one. How about you? We'll take a look at yours as well with the live action prediction league. And there's still plenty of time, I think, for this one, because of course the beauty of this, or the beauty of getting to this point or to the next round of matches after this, is the number of games dramatically decreased. So this is a pain in the butt, but again, it's likely to encourage other predictors to get in there and start getting their name in. But have they left it too late? Have the guys who've been in from the get-go got themselves a comfortable lead? Well, we'll find out, of course, later on. Let's take a look at, of course, the games that took place on Thursday, the 3rd of December. Of course, kicking all off with Roma against Young Boys Bern, 3-1 in the end, going in favour of Roma. I show them with a 2-0 win myself. Jean-Pierre Nassami on the score sheet for Young Boys Bern, giving them an early lead with performer Boria Morial and Kalioffi and Edin Dzeko on the score sheet for Roma. Mohamed El Kamara get himself sent off on the occasion. Actually, remember the 2-0, not too shabby on this one. CFR Cluj, though, they drew 0-0 with CSKA Sofia. Not too shabby for me. I went with the 1-1 draw. Not too bad indeed. Arsenal, though, 4-1 winners over Rapid Vienna. 3-0 for me. Goal scorers on the day. Lacazette, Pablo Mari, Nikitaya on the score sheet, Emil Smith-Rowe as well, with Kuya Kikatawa getting the one goal for Rapid Vienna as they try to get something out of it, but too little too late. Molde against the Dundalk as a 3-0 win for Molde. I actually went with a 1-0 win myself. Of course, it was always going to be an uphill struggle for Dundalk. Magnus Wolf Elkiam on the score sheet with Arario Ahmad Jofo, with Martin Elgenson as well. Jordan Michael Flores on the score sheet for Dundalk as they took another tumble on that one. So not too shabby. Not a great start for me, though. Nice lost, of course. Sacked matey boy Patrick Vieira just the other day. They were doing so well last season. They were my outside bet for top 4 out in the French league. But of course, looks like they've tumbled out of the Europa League here with a 3-2 loss to Bayer Leverkusen. Goals on the day. Do we have the goals? We do have the goals. Hussein Camaro with Dan Ndoye on the score sheet for Nice, which is not very, very nice. As Musa Diambi, Alexander Dragic and Julian Baumgartner on the score sheet for Bayer Leverkusen as they continue to impress out in their respective group. Same group, Slavia Prague, though, no questions asked there. 3-0 wins over Hapoel Sheva as they get a little bit closer as well. I think they're in the next round. Adebala Diop, Sima on the score sheet with Nikolai Claudio Stanchu and Dudu Tuitu. Big fat OG there for Slavia Prague on this one. Next up is Benfica. Kept up their impressive season so far out in the Europa League. 4-0 winners over Lech Poznań on the score sheets. Jan Vertonghen on score sheet with Darwin Nunez, Pizzi and Julian Weigel to give him Benfica the W, of course. Same group, Benfica I won with a 2-0. Rangers ousted Standard Liège 3-2. Close game that one, but of course Rangers looking good at the moment. Connor Goldson on score sheet, James Taverner and Scott Arfield. Ex-Dingle there. Maximine Lestine and Dujan Kopp on the score sheet for Standard Liège as they tried to get themselves to something out of the game. But Rangers held on top. Granada against PSV ended up as a 1-0 win for PSV over in La España, of course. Doniel Marlon on the score sheet for PSV giving themselves a big old win as well. Actually, went with the 1-0 going the other way. Meanwhile, Emilio Nicosia did beat PAOK out of Greece in the old Mediterranean derby there. Andreas Kalyunukis on the score sheet with Jordi Gomez, of course, extra over on the score sheet as well. Christius Solis on the score sheet for PAOK as they try to get themselves back into it. Too little, too late. Meanwhile, AZ Alkmaar against Napoli ended up as a 1-1 draw. Actually, one of the 2-1 win for Napoli. Shame on me. Dries Mertens on the score sheet for Napoli, nice and early. Bruno Martins Indy getting an equaliser for there for AZ Alkmaar early in the second half to give themselves a share of the sports. Meanwhile, Sociedad against HNK Rijeka also then all square 2-2. Good result that for HNK Rijeka. I think it's too little, too late for them to qualify. Darko Walewski on the score sheet with Stijan Loknar as well. John Batista and Nacho Monreal on the score sheet for Sociedad as they kept on their unbeaten campaign as well. I think they did lose to Napoli after saying that. Meanwhile, AEK Athens against Sporting Braga ended up as a 4-2 win for Braga on the bloody road. That's a good win for the Portuguese there. Victor Tomanino, Ricardo Isago, Ricardo Horta and Wenderson Galalino on the score sheet for Braga with Nelson Oliveira and Starias Vantonopoulos on score sheet for AEK Athens as they lost at home. Surprise though, Zorya Lugansk beat Leicester 1-0 on the day over in the Ukraine. Long way to travel for a late winner for Zoria. Alias Shalmadadanish on the score sheet for Zora on this one as they took the 3 points. Meanwhile, Celtic were in it, but they lost at the end. 4-2 loss as AC Milan came out on top on that one. Actually, one of the 2-0 win for AC Milan. Goal scorers on the day for Celtic as they took a 2-0 lead. Thomas Rognich on the score sheet. Oderson Edouard with Hakan Sagalagadu, Samu Castillo, Jens Peter Hauger and Brahim Diaz on the score sheet as AC Milan came back from 2-0 down to win 4-2. Meanwhile, Lille against Sparta Prague ended up as a 2-1 win for the Frenchies on this one as they came out on top. I think they're doing very well. I think they're winning the group at the moment. Ladislav Kricic, the second, scored for Sparta with Audrey Kastelkushunka, get himself sent off. Bruno Brick, Lille, Mats on the score sheet with a couple of goals there for Lille as they took the 3 points. Those two goals in the final. Those two goals were in the final 10 minutes there. Meanwhile, Qarabağ against Maccabi Tel Aviv ended up as a 1-1 draw in the end. I actually remember the 0-0 myself. Ain't too shabby, pals. Yogtan Kurin on the score sheet for the penalty spot for the Israelis, with Jamie Romero getting the equaliser for Qarabağ as they shared the points there. Meanwhile, Villarreal took a 1-0 win over Sivasspor over in Turkey to give themselves another 3 points. Samuel Chukwueze on the score sheet there for Villarreal to take the 3 points. Bit of a surprise though over in Austria as Lasic or Lasic Links or whatever you want to call it. They drew with Tottenham 3-3 on the day. Goal scorers for Spurs had Gareth Bale with the penalty spot, Sung Young Min and Dele Alli as well from the penalty spot, 86th minute. But Peter Mochiel, Jonas Ergstein and Mamadou Karamoko with a late equaliser for Lasic Linsk to give themselves a share of the spoils though. I think Spurs are still okay in that group, but we'll see. Next up though, Antwerp against Ludogorets Razgrad ended up as a 3-1 win for Antwerp. The Belgians taking the big fat W on this one. I think they're edging closer as well to the knockouts. Martin Hungola on the score sheet with Manuel Benson and Richie Delate on the score sheet with Kirill Despodarov getting an only goal for Ludogorets Razgrad. Dragos Grigori getting himself sent off on that one as a 3-1 loss. CSKA Moscow, they did lose to Wolfsberger from Austria, of course, over in Russia. Dario Venzinga on the score sheet for Wolfsberger to take 3 points. I went with a 1-1 draw on this one. Final though, 2-0 loss to Zagreb over in the Dutchlands. Big result that for Ukraine as they keep up their ambitions as well. Bruno Penkovic on the score sheet with Lodia Maja as well, one of the hot prospects coming out of Croatia football right now. 2-0 win for them over final. 2-1 for me on the other way. Red Star against Hoffenheim ended up as all square, 0-0, nothing to report here. I actually remember the 2-2 draw. And Ghent did lose to Slovan Liberec 2-1 over in Belgium. The one who got the goal scores on the day with Karames Masa, Tarias Kachamar for Liberec and Roman Jumicic, 59th minute consolation goal there for Ghent, but too little, too late. I got myself 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 boys. That's what's needed to be beaten. And that puts me right smack dab in the middle there in the old straight face gang. What about you guys then? Let's take a look at it. Murder Stuff College did okay. In fact, everyone did okay. Ghost Rico did bits. Arishki Shirishki, not too shabby. Milakovic also did okay. Matt Gunner did bits. Kujokas, Ariakas, not too shabby. John did okay. Lars Waltuki did bits. David Eva, well done to you, brother. You did bits. Nicolo Marcus, not too shabby. Shane O'Donnell, he did okay. Omar Esquivel, not too bad indeed. Master Fighter, That's for Omar Esquivel. Master Fighter did bits. Russell Frost also did very, very well. Costas K, he's okay. Fernando did bits. Alancho Montegino, not too shabby. Il Bishop did a lot. Coffin Dance did bits. And Dimitri not too shabby. Red Star Fan did okay. Yannick Buster with an edit, not too bad as well. And Rance Worst did okay. Cody Go also killed it as well. Serbian Predictor did some good predictions. Alex Well, not too shabby. Ultra Oma Mira, well done to you, brother, indeed. Gaming Charlie as well, not too bad. Green Fighter from the North, he did good. And Zigga Z also did okay. Honzo, not too shabby. And Bianca Molnar also did very, very well indeed. As you can see, no real shit shows there in the prediction wise. I think we all did okay. But who did very, very well? Well, of course, what did I get? I got a good number. Ghost Recon, close your eyes. Russell Frost, close your eyes. Dimitri, same as me, I think. Me and him are the King Ching Pings, of course. I think I got myself 16. We can backtrack the video and have a little look. I think I got myself 16. Alex Weller, of course, in second spot there. Not too bad as well. Go Let's give you a West Ham fan. Also did bits. That's this week and this week alone and the Europa League. What about the overall King Ping? That's not me. That's definitely not me. But anyway, we'll see where I am. I'm hopefully going to get some time over the next few days. But Matt Gunner leads the charge. I think he even had the weekend off. That's how good he was. Bloody no, he had the weekend off. 60% success rate. Yannick Buster, I think he also had the weekend off, didn't he? Didn't he? Did he have the weekend off? Hansworth, 58%. Omar Esquivel up to third as well. Gaming Charlie as well. Is that right? Is that bloody right? Let me go back here. I'm going to have a look at this. Matt Gunner, where is he? Is he in here? Did he pick today? I can't really remember him seeing him. I'm going back here, boys. Matt Gunner. Did he have the bloody weekend off? I think no, he's there. He's there. He didn't have the weekend off. Sorry, I'm a bit of a zombie. But yeah, well, fair play. He is your kingpin. Bow down to your kings. Matt Gunner and Yannick Buster. Hans Buster also didn't better. I was going to say, well, you took the weekend off and still topped the charts. Something must be fishy. That's just this week. That past weekend. Let's take a look at the final group games, of course. In fact, let's jump back out of this and take a look at the situation out in the bloody league. Where are we, Dirk? We'll take a little look at it right now, of course. Jumping in the deep end and have a look at the standings right here. Of course, out in the Group A, Roma. Let's jump over there. Roma, of course, leading the charge there through. Young Boys Burn are in the driving seat to get themselves through as well with CFR Cluj on their way out. In fact, it's a win or bust for Cluj. Who are they taking on? Young Boys. It's a win or bust, basically. If they win, they can go through. Arsenal already there as well. Molde just about there as well. Rapid Vienna will be taking them on and a win or bust game themselves out in Group B. In Group C, Slavia Prague and Leverkusen are through. Nice and Belshava are out. They're not even going to be in contention. Same goes for Group D. It's sort of bragging rights still to be decided, of course, who's going to come out as group winners. But Rangers and Benfica are through as well. And Group D, bragging rights still to be decided there. Granada are through out in Group E. PSV are also there as well. PAOK and Armenia going home. Group F, Napoli still not there yet. 2 points clear of Sociedad and AZ Alkmaar. It's 2 from 3 here. Who's going to go through? It looks like Napoli and Sociedad. They have to lock horns in a win or bust game. AZ Alkmaar will be taking on Rijeka here with a good chance to get themselves through to knockout stages. Leicester, though, are through. So are Braga. Bragging rights still to be decided there. Group H, Lille are in control over there, and they are through, as are AC Milan. Driving seat need to be decided on that one. Who's coming out on top with that bad boy? And again, they don't play each other, so that's good. Villarreal are also there. Tel Aviv are close. Silversport not too far away either. So those two sides will be locking horns in a win or bust game as well to be decided in Group I. Antwerp and Spurs are just about there. Spurs are... They've got a superior goal difference, 11-goal lead over Lasic in the end. And Spurs will take on Antwerp for bragging rights. Win for Spurs. Guess what? They'll be topping that group. And Antwerp will be in second spot. Meanwhile, Zagreb are there as well. Wolfsberger, not too far away either. But Final still got an outside shot as well. And again, those two lock horns in a win or bust match. CSKA Moscow are out. Hoffenheim and Red Star are also through as well with Liberec and Ghent out. But yeah, so it's a lot's been decided, a lot still to be decided. Of course, we'll have those knockout matches coming at you whenever they come around. But let's get into it, of course, take a look at the next round of matches. Then at you at the Europa League, of course. We're going to kick it all off with CSKA Sofia taking on Roma. Of course, this game takes place over in Bulgaria. Of course, these two sides played each other, according to my knowledge. Let me just get rid of that for a second. They played each other, of course, just earlier in the campaign. It was a 0-0 draw over in Italy. Last time out, of course, Roma actually won the last 3 matches in the Europa League, scoring at least 2 goals in the last 3. CSKA Sofia have actually failed to win the last 5. They come into this just 1 defeat the past 5, though, in all competitions, and that was against a Young Boys Burn. On the flip side, Roma coming to this winning 4 of the past 5, losing to Napoli out in the top flight, of course. Look at the bookies' odds, then, shall we? What's going on here? I bloody hope that's going to get fixed, because I'm going to be in a bit of problems if it don't. The bookies odds on this one, what do we have on the bookies odds? 92 for CSKA, 60-5 is your draw, 20-11 is your Roma, who are stone cold favourites on this one. Of course, Roma are already there. I've gone with a cheeky 2-0 win for Roma to take it another 3 points and get themselves some more bragging rights in the end. Next up, of course, we have Young Boys up against Cluj. Hopefully, yes, we do. Of course, they played each other twice, according to my knowledge, and it's been 2 draws apiece. Last time out, it was over in Cluj. Over in Romania, it was a 1-1 draw. Of course, back at the end of October. Mario Junior Rondon Fernandez on the score sheet for Cluj with Christian Fastnacht. That's a donut over here, of course. Cluj actually failed to score in the last 3 matches in the Europa League. They come to this just 1 defeat the past 4. That is the Young Boys burn. That was against Roma, of course, in the Europa League last time around. On the flip side, Cluj coming to this just 1 win the past 5 for them. Heading into this, of course, the bookies odds on this one. I've got to find them in the long list of bookies odds. 15-8 for Young Boys. They are the stone cold favourites. 3-1 is your draw. 5-1 is your away win, of course. Situation out in the table suggests Cluj need to win this one. Young Boys burn on the cusps of getting themselves through. But no fear there. I think Young Boys will take it with a 1-0 win in the bloody end. Next, of course, we have Arsenal. They go to Ireland for this one, taking on Dundalk, of course. Let's take a closer look at this one then. Of course, they play each other early in the campaign down in London. It was a 3-0 win for Arsenal. Goals on the day. Eddie Nketiah on the score sheet. Just will look at Nicolas Pepe. Heading into this, Dundalk actually can see at least 3 goals in the last 4 matches. And they've also lost their last 5 heading into this. Arsenal just 1 defeat the past 4, of course, in all competitions. That was against Wolves a couple of games back, of course, last time out in the Premier League. On the flip side, Dundalk coming to this, winning 2 of the past 5. Both of those games were in the Irish top flight. Heading into this, the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on the bookies odds? Arsenal are actually 8-1 on for the victory. 60-1 is your long shots. That Dundalk 50-2 is your draw. Of course, Arsenal are there already. They'll probably play a youth squad on this one. Dundalk, a win will just give them a bit of bragging rights, bit of kudos to take, or to give the local support there on this one. I've gone with on this one though, Arsenal to nick it with a 2-1 win. Probably a youth squad on this one, but they'll take the 3 points. And again, maximum point. Is it maximum points for them out of this group? It is maximum points. Next up though, it'll be Rapid Vienna against Molde. Again, still a little bit to be decided on this one. Molde are just about there, but however, a win for Rapid Vienna flips the tables on them because they've got the superior goal defense. They played each other earlier in the campaign. It was in Norway, and of course it was a 1-0 win for Molde. Odhori Amajanio on score sheet heading into this. Of course, just 1 win the past 5 for Rapid Vienna. That was against Dundalk in the Europa League. On the flip side, just 1 defeat the past 5 for Molde. That was against Arsenal, of course. Bragging rights on this one on the line, or actually a spot in the next round is on the line on this one. Next up, the bookies odds. Vienna actually 21-20 for the victory. 11-4 is your draw. 9-4 is your Molde on this one. Winner takes all. Winner takes all. I've got Rapid Vienna with a 2-1 win, and that will leapfrog them over Molde into the next stage, and it'll send Molde packing. Unfortunately, they'll go out. Rapid Vienna will go through, according to my eyes anyway. Next up, of course, Bayer Leverkusen, of course, against Slavia Prague. Bragging rights on this one. These 2 sides are both through, and it's just a small matter of who's going to become group winners. Right now, Slavia Prague lead the charge on that group, but they played each other, of course, just 1 time earlier in the campaign. It was over in the Czech Republic. It was a 1-0 win for Slavia Prague. Heading into this, Leverkusen have actually won 8 of the last 10 matches in the Europa League, scoring at least 3 goals in the last 3. Slavia Prague have actually won the last 4, scoring at least 3 goals in the last 3. Is 2, of course, identical records, both home and away, winning 4 of the past 5. Of course, the other game was a draw, and that's going to be said for both sides. Heading into this, the bookies odds on this one, Bayer Leverkusen are actually 20-11 on stone cold favourites. 16-5 is your draw. 92 is your away win for Slavia Prague. Winner takes all. Winner takes all. Bragging rights, top spot. Going to go to Leverkusen with a 3-1 win over in Germany. Next up, we have Hapoel against Nice. Managerless Nice, I believe, right now. I doubt they'll get a new manager in time for this one. But anyway, nothing to be said. Nothing really on the line here. They played each other early in the campaign. It was a 1-0 win for Nice, which was very, very nice. But what was very nice was the sacking of Patrick Vieira. He's gone home. Nice have actually lost 7 last 8 matches in the Europa League. Hapoel have actually lost the last 4. Coming into this, Nice's form is absolutely terrible, with losing 4 on the spin, both home and away, and in domestic football and Europa League football. On the flip side, 2 draws, or actually 3 defeats in the past 5 for Hapoel. Those other 2 were draws, so not great form for them either. But guess what? They're in a bit of better form than Nice. 11-5 for the Hapoel. 23-20 is your Nice. 5-2 is your draw. Could it be? I don't know. Who's up for a grabs for the managerial spot? Would it be Thierry Henry as a shot there potentially? Did he start at Nice? I don't think he did. But anyway, I've gone with on this one. Bragging rights. Go to Hapoel. Managerless, clueless Nice at the moment. 1-0 win for the hosts on this one. Next up, of course, we have Lech Poznań up against Rangers. Of course, against Rangers are already there, but bragging rights still to be decided who's going to come out on top. They played each other early in the campaign over in Scotland. It was a 1-0 win for Rangers back at the end of October. Heading into this, Rangers have actually scored at least 2 goals in 7 last 8 matches and undefeated in the last 8. Heading into this, Poznań coming to this, 1 win in the past 5 in all competitions. That was against Gdansk and the Polish top flight. On the flip side, Rangers coming to this, winning 4 of the past 5. The only hiccup was a draw against Benfica over in Scotland. Of course, some bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Lech Poznań 92 for the victory, 13-8 on Rangers. Are your stone cold favourites. 14-5 is your draw. Of course, Rangers are top of the pops out in Group D, and a win for them will maintain the top of the league status. Of course, actually, when you look about it, They actually got a superior goal difference to Benfica, so I don't know why that's the case. Maybe it's the results against them. I don't know. But right now, they're top of the pops. I don't know. Maybe it's goal scored. I don't know. But they're top of the pops regardless. I've gone with a 1-0 win for Rangers to maintain an unbeaten status out in the Europa League, of course. Joining them, though, will be Benfica. They're already there as well. They go to Standard Liège, of course, for their final match. Of course, earlier in the campaign, it was a 3-0 win for Benfica over in Portugal. Heading into this, though, Benfica have actually scored at least 3 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches and are undefeated in the last 6 heading into this. Just one defeat the past 5 games for Standard Liège. That was against Rangers last time around. They are drawing a lot of games, though. On the flip side, Benfica coming to this winning unbeaten in the last 4. The last hiccup was against Braga in the Portuguese top flight, losing 3-2 at home. Bookies odds on this one, then, shall we? We have Standard Liège 4-1 for the victory, 11-4 draw, 6-4 on Benfica are your favourites on this one. Again, bragging rights are on the line. Who's going to come out on top of the group? I've gone with the 1-0 for Benfica. Again, if it's as is, I think Rangers will nick it with a top of the league status spot and then send Benfica in as runners up. Next up, we have PAOK up against Granada, of course. Let's take a closer look at these bad boys then, shall we? Taking place over in Greece. They played earlier in the campaign. It was a 0-0 draw over in Spain, and heading into this, Granada just one win in the past 5 games in all competitions, both in La Liga and of course in Europa League. On the flip side, PAOK coming to this, just two defeats in the past 5 for them, losing to PSV and Arminia Nicosia as well. The domestic form is pretty good, winning 3 on the spin over in Greece. Heading into this, the bookies odds on this from 7-5 for PAOK, 23-10 is draw, 15-8 is your away win. That is Granada, and Granada are there. They're already there. So are PSV, and of course these two sides, not these two sides, PAOK are actually out. But again, maybe a bit of bragging rights still to be decided who's going to come out on top on this one. Gone with the draw, which would put them onto 11 points, and it still gives an outside shot for PSV to nick top honours on this one. Let's take a look at that. PSV then taking on Arminia Nicosia, coming at you out of Cyprus. These two side pictures earlier in the campaign in Cyprus, a 2-1 win for PSV. Coming into this, Arminia Nicosia just 1 win in the past 5. That was against PAOK out in the, of course, and the Europa League last round. On the flip side, PSV coming into this unbeaten in the last 5, winning 4 of those as well, drawing the other one. 92-1 for PSV, 5-1 is draw, 11-1 is your away win, of course. Win then, if this goes right my way, win for PSV. Guess what? They go top of the pops. And I've got that with a 2-0 win for PSV over in the Dutchlands to turn to win out in Group, what is it, E. Next up we have Group F. Of course, it's Rijeka up against AZ Alkmaar. Very, very tight group, this one. Still a lot to be decided on this one. 3 spots, 3 teams left with two positions up for grabs. These two sides have played each other early in the campaign. It was over in the Dutchlands with a 4-1 win for AZ Alkmaar with goal scores on the day. Tune Cooper Miners there, Albert Gudmonsen with a couple of goals, and Jesper Carlsen as well. Sandro Kulinovic on score sheet for Rijeka. Heading into this, Rijeka conceded at least 2 goals in the last 4, and they've also failed to win the last 5. AZ Alkmaar coming to this unbeaten in the last 6, losing just the 1 game in the Europa League so far. On the flip side, Rijeka coming to this just 1 loss in the past 4. That was against Napoli, of course, but drawing a couple of games as well, which is not really impressive that much. Heading into this, though, bookies odds on this one. What do we have with the bookies odds? HNK Rijeka 10-1 for the victory, 17-4 is your draw, 7-2 on AZ Alkmaar are your victors on this one. If they win, guess what? Which I've got. I've actually got a draw on this one, which puts them up to 9 points above Real Sociedad at the moment, which will leave it on the table right here, right now, with Napoli up against Sociedad. Is that draw enough to send Sociedad through or out? And that's, of course, Sociedad, one of my boys here, one of my boys. Of course, they played it earlier in the campaign over in Spain. It was 1-0 win for Napoli. Matteo Palatino on the score with Victor Osimhen and get himself sent off. Heading into this, Sociedad unbeaten in the last 5 games, drawing the last 3, though. On the flip side, Napoli coming to this, just 1 loss of the past 4 or 5 for them, losing to AC Milan, of course, who are the leaders out in the top flight, out in Italy. Heading into the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on the bookies odds? Napoli are 23-20 for the victory, 11-5 is your Sociedad, 5-2 is your draw. Of course, Napoli are in the driving seat, but a win for Sociedad will see them top of the group. On the flip side, a draw would be enough to probably set, according to my eyes anyway, we'll send Sociedad through, I believe. I've gone with on this one a 2-1 win for Napoli, which I believe, according to my eyes, according to my picks, will send Sociedad out, AZ Alkmaar through. Would it? We'll go this way. I hope it doesn't, though. I hope it bloody doesn't. Next, of course, we have Leicester City, who are already there, taking on HNK Athens, of course, coming out of Greece. These two sides played earlier in the campaign as a 2-1 win for Leicester over in Greece, but this time it's over at the King Power Stadium. Heading into this, is it King Power, is that right? Last 4 games for Leicester without a win in 4. Absolutely clueless. Last time they were victorious was back in the start of November with a 1-0 win over Wolves. On the flip side, 2 wins in the past 4 games for HNK Athens, and all those games were in the Greek top flight. Nothing in the Europa League. Heading into this, the bookies odds then on this one, then, shall we? What do we have? What do we have? Leicester actually 11-4 for the victory, 7-2 is your 8-1 is your away win. Leicester are already there. They can pack their bags, but of course, bragging rights still to be decided who comes out on top as group winners on this one. I've gone with Leicester on this one. They may rotate this guy side with a 3-1 win, but they'll take it to the bank. Joining them will be Sparta Braga, but of course, will they be there as winners or will they be there as runners-up? Let's take a closer look at this. Over in Portugal, taking on Zora out of Ukraine. They played each other 3 times in the past. It's actually been 1 win for Braga, nothing for Zora, and 2 bloody draws. Last time they played each other in, of course, was in Ukraine, was a 2-1 win for Braga. Last time they played each other in Portugal was a 2-2 draw back in 2018. Of course, the goal scorers on that day, Joe Nareveas on the score sheet with Ricardo Hotter as well. Rafael Rataro and Alexander Kariev on the score sheet for Zora. Heading into this, Braga have actually scored at least 2 goals in 10 of the last 12 matches. They've also conceded 2 goals in the last 3. Coming into this, both sides are looking very, very good and good bits of form, winning 4 of the past 5, Braga, and they're actually unbeaten in those last 5, drawing the other game against Leicester. On the flip side, 3 wins on the spin for Zora, beating Athens, beating Leicester, and beating Minaj out of the Ukrainian top flight. So there ain't no slouches on a good day. Heading into this, 9-4 on for Braga. It's don't go for it. 10-3 is yours, 32 is your away win. Of course, on paper right now, Braga are in second spot. Of course, goal difference is a big factor or something. It looks like goal difference, of course. But a win will put them into contention if a big win is needed. I've gone with a big win, but not big enough. I think Braga will come in as runners-up with a 3-0 win in the end. Sparta Praga taking on AC Milan, of course. These 2 sides, of course, locking horns over in the Czech Republic. They played each other earlier in the campaign. In fact, they played each other 3 times in the past. It's actually been 2 wins for AC Milan, nothing for Braga, Prague, and 1 draw. Last time out, of course, was in Italy. It was a 3-0 win for AC. Last time they played each other in the Czech Republic was back in 2004. It was a 0-0 draw. Heading into this, though, AC Milan top the pops out in the domestic top flight, and they're unbeaten in the last 5 in all competitions. On the flip side, 2 wins of the past 3 for Prague. Of course, last time out was a defeat against Lille. Heading into this, the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on the bookies odds? Where are you on this one? AC Milan. AC Milan, are they at home? They are not at home. Sparta Prague, 11-2 for the victory. 2-1 on for AC Milan. 3-1 is your draw. Again, on this group, Milan and Lille are already there. Of course, there's a bit of a bragging right still to be decided who's going to come out on group winners. I've got AC Milan to nick this one 3-1 win. Again, I don't think they'll play the big boys. I think Zlatan will sit this one out. But a 3-1 win in the end to send them through, potentially as group winners. But of course, it all depends on what goes on over in Glasgow. Celtic take on Lille. Of course, they played each other early in the campaign. It was a 2 draw in La France. El Newsy on the score sheet there for Celtic with a couple of goals last time around, with Mehmet Zeki Silic and Jonathan Ikoni on the score sheet for Lille last time around. Celtic have actually conceded at least 4 goals in the last 3 matches. They also lost the last 3 matches, but Lille are actually undefeated in the last 5. They come to this top of the pops, Lille, and of course Celtic just the 1 point so far out in their group. They come to this though, Lille unbeaten in the last 4, whereas Celtic without a win in 4. Of course, last time they were victorious was back at the start of the month of November with a 4-1 win over Motherwell. Heading into this though, the bookies odds, Celtic 7-4 for the victory, 30-10 is your Lille, 11-4 is your draw. Of course, a bragging rights to be side, a win for Lille will remain top of the pops. I've gone with a 0-0 draw, and that will put a cat amongst the pigeons and probably put AC Milan top bins with 13 points compared to Lille's 12. Yes, indeed, that's what I've got. That's my mathematics right there. Next up, we have Maccabi Tel Aviv taking on Silverspor. Of course, Maccabi Tel Aviv over in Israel, Silverspor out in Turkey. They played each other early in the campaign in Turkey. It was a 2-1 win for Maccabi Tel Aviv, and then the hosts come in this one unbeaten in the last 5, winning 3 and drawing 2. On the flip side, just 1 win in the past 5 for Silverspor. That was against Qarabağ in the Europa League, of course. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on the bookies odds on this one? Silverspor just spotted 23-20 for Maccabi Tel Aviv, the host. 12-5 is yours. 9-4 is your away win, of course. Heading into this, Tel Aviv are actually into a second spot. A point or more, we'll probably see them go through as runners-up, but a win will do nothing. It won't move them up the table. Of course, Silverspor need a win basically to go into second spot. Qarabağ are already out. Villarreal are there already. Heading into this, let's take a close look at this one then. I've gone with on a cheeky 1-0 for Maccabi Tel Aviv to get through to the next stages. And also in the same group, that is group whatever group it is, I'll tell you the group in a minute. Villarreal taking on Qarabağ, of course. This is out in Group I. They played each other early in campaign. It was a 3-1 win for Villarreal in Qarabağ, and Qarabağ have actually failed to win 9 last 10 matches in the Europa League. Villarreal on the flip side actually undefeated in the last 5 coming into this. They're looking good at the moment, both at home and away, unbeaten in the Europa League and unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 2 wins and 3 draws as well. Just 1 defeat the past 5 for Qarabağ. That was against Silverspor, of course, in the Europa League. A couple of games back without a win, and actually without a win in the Europa League this campaign. Heading into this, Villarreal are actually 92-1 for the victory, 11-2 is your, 10-1 is your away win. Again, Villarreal are there, nothing to be, don't need to risk it for a biscuit, play your French squad. So you might open up an opportunity there for Qarabağ to get some 3 points, but even with a win, they're not moving from 4th spot. I've gone with a 3-1 win though for Villarreal to take it to the bank. Next up we have Ludogorets Razgrad taking on Lasic, of course. Let's take a close look at this one there, because Ludogorets Razgrad coming out of Bulgaria, Lasic coming out of Austria. They played each other early campaign. It was a 7-goal thriller over in Austria. Hussein Balac and Scotty, Andres Gubra, Marco Ragus, and Oliver Verdon with a big fat OG. Elvis Manu with a hat-trick there for Ludogorets Razgrad. I'm going to Google this guy, Elvis Manu. He's got such a cool name. Elvis Manu. He is actually a Dutch-born Ghanaian. He's 27 years of age. He's got any caps to us now. He's actually Dutch. He's committed to the Dutch team. He's played for the under-21 levels. He's actually 27 years of age. I'd switch to going for Ghanea. He did switch his allegiance to Ghanea, whom he qualifies as thingamajig. So he's yet to play for Ghanea. He's yet to play for the national team. It's not a lot long though. He's actually over. He plays in the Chinese Super League at the moment, not scoring many goals. But anyway, regardless, Elvis Manu with a hat trick there for Lasic. He must have just switched, or he either switched back. I don't know. Whatever. Heading into this, Radgaz have actually lost the last 5 matches in the Europa League. They come to this 2 wins out of the past 4, and of course those 2 wins were in the Bulgarian top flight. Heading into this though, Lasic just won defeat the past 5. That was a defeat against Royal Antwerp in the Europa League. Look at the bookies odds on this one, shall we? What do we have on the bookies odds? Bookies odds. What are we looking at? We're looking at Ludogorets Razgrad. 2-1 for the hosts on this one. 11-4 draw. 11-10 is your Lasic, Linsk or whatever. Heading into this, of course, mathematically outside shot for Lasic. They'll need a big win if they're going to get anywhere near this one. But I've gone with a 1-1 draw, which will pretty much end their hopes. Meanwhile, on the same group, Spurs taking on Royal Antwerp, of course. Bragging rights to be decided on this one, of course. Heading into this, they did play early in the campaign. It was a win for Antwerp in Belgium. 1-0 win, of course, back at the end of October. 29th minute goal by Leo Ramanov. Spurs have actually lost scored at least 3 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches, and they come to this unbeaten in the last 6, picking up back-to-back draws though against Chelsea and of course Lasic last time around. On the flip side, Antwerp coming to this winning 3 on the spin, unbeaten in the last 5 as well. It would be a draw, I think, if it was to be played the other way around. 11-4 on for Spurs for the victory. 4-1 is draw. 7-1 is your long shot. Of course, Spurs coming to this 2 points adrift of Antwerp. A draw sends Antwerp through as winners. Spurs will go through as runners-up. Take a look at this one. I've gone with Spurs on this one, despite the hiccup last time around against Lasic. They'll come out on top with a 3-0 win. Spurs will want to win this group. Into the final 4 here. Zagreb taking on CSKA Moscow over in Croatia. It's an Eastern European affair on this one. Of course, I played each other a couple of times in the past. It's playing back-to-back draws though, according to my eyes. And last time around was in Russia. It was a new draw for them. Zagreb actually got a clean sheet in the last 5 matches in the Europa League, and they've also won their last 3. CSKA Moscow actually failed to win 12 of the last 13. They come into this without a win in 4 Moscow, and all competition last time they were victorious was in the Russian top flight against Rostov back in the start of November. On the flip side, just one defeat the past 4 for Zagreb. That was against Olsztyn at the Croatian top flight as well. Coming into this, the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on the bookies odds? Zagreb 23-20 for the victory. 5-2 draw. 21-10 is your CSKA Moscow on this one. Let's take a look at the situation out in the group just to remind ourselves. Zagreb are top. They're through. No questions asked there. There's still a small matter to be decided between Wolfsburg and Feyenoord. It's a win or bust affair, but CSKA Moscow could get 3rd with a W on this one. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Zagreb though to take it to the bank and again come out on top group winners. Wolfsburg are taking on Feyenoord for the battle of the runners-up spot on this one. They play each other early in the campaign. It's a 4-1 win for Wolfsburg in the Dutchlands. Mako Lendel with a hat-trick there with Dejan Lodric also on the score sheet for Wolfsburg. Stephen Bourgeois on the score sheet for Feyenoord. Heading into this, Feyenoord without a win in 3, but just 1 loss of the past 5 if you want to look at it that way. 1 defeat the past 4 for Wolfsburg. That was against Zagreb in the Europa League. Heading into this, the bookies odds on this one. What do we have the bookies odds? Wolfsburg actually 9-5 for the victory. 11-8 is your final. 5-2 is your draw. Win or bust, boys. Win or bust. Win for Feyenoord. They're through. A draw or more sends Wolfsburg through, and I've gone with a 1-0 win for Wolfsburg to go through as runners-up out in Group K. And wrapping it up. It'll be flipping Hoffenheim taking on Ghent, of course. This is Group, whatever it is, Group L. Heading into this, of course, play each other early in the campaign. And it was a 4-1 win for Hoffenheim in Belgium back in the end of October. Ghent have actually lost the last 5 matches. Hoffenheim actually got a clean sheet in the last 3. Ghent conceded at least 2 goals in the last 4. They come into this though, 1 win in the past 5 for Ghent, and that was against Charleroi and the Belgium Junior League. On the flip side, Hoffenheim 1 loss in the past 5 for them, but unbeaten in the last 4, but only 1 win in 5 if you want to look at it that way. A little bit weird on the odds there on the form. Heading into this, Hoffenheim 11-4 for the victory. 15-4 is your draw. 13-2 is your away win. Hoffenheim are there. They're already there. Bit of bragging rights still to be decided between themselves and Red Star Belgrade, but I think they've got it nailed on to be group winners on this one. I've gone with a 3-0 win anyway. If there's any element of doubt left, Hoffenheim will go through as group winners on that one. Then wrapping it up, Red Star Belgrade take it on Slovan Liberec over in the Czech Republic, of course. They played each other early in the campaign. It was a 5-1 win for Red Star over in Belgrade, of course, back in the end of October. Last time they played each other in Liberec was a 2-0 win for Liberec back in 2006. Heading into this, of course, Red Star unbeaten in the last 5, winning 4 and drawing 1. Draw was against Hoffenheim in Red Star, or in Belgrade. On the flip side, 2 wins in the past 4 games for Liberec as they enter this match, of course. Bookies odds on this one. Liberec are 14-8 for the victory. So 15-8 for the victory. 13-10 is your Red Star. 5-2 is your away win. Red Star are there already. Again, a win is needed to be in consideration for that top of the honours group. But I think the way my math is, it'll have them as coming out as runners up. But I don't think they're going to be complaining. They'll be through to the knockout stages once again with a 1-0 win in the end. That's my picks, of course, boys. Be sure to get your own pickaroonies in for, of course, the Europa League as we enter the group stages. Of course, next time you see me in this regard, it will be in the old group stage. It will be in the old knockout knockout phases. Be sure to get the picks in nice and early. And again, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, of course. And I'll see you all on the other side for those knockout stages. Again, check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, got my links for those social media platforms. And again, we've also got Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. But until then, though, got a lot to cover, a lot to get into it. So get your picks in nice and early. I'll see you all very, very soon for some more Europa League action.